So, Indiana.
Indiana. This is about cake. this is just about cake, right? Let me say this about that. I think I have this one figured out. This one's a lot easier than everybody. I watch Fox and MSNBC and CNN, and they're all over the place about this. This is really very simple. First of all, for those gay folks that are already planning their weddings in Texas or Indiana or wherever, first word of advice, don't have a wedding cake. Just, you know, ixnay on the 8K. When Carl and I got married 3 years ago at the Waldorf Astoria, hashtag things pretentious people say, and I totally own that, that's all good. We didn't have a cake, we had a fabulous champagne bar, and our friend Bill down here in Dallas couldn't be in New York for the wedding, so he sent all the champagne. It was good champagne. So, you know, first of all, reconsider the cake decision. Second of all, if you haven't already checked out to find out whether there's some baker in your town that can do your cake, that there won't be an issue, I would recommend my baker. They're Jewish, so you're not going to have a problem with them. That would be one way to go. But if there isn't, and the best cake in your location is provided by a baker who is kind of, you know, ostentatiously Christian, then here's what you need to do. And in a minute, I'm going to say something to that baker. So you get yourself all dolled up, and you put on your Prada loafers and get your Louis Vuitton messenger bag, and you head out to the Christian baker, and drive up. And if he will follow my advice, everybody will end up happy. Now this is for the baker. So the baker. So you look out the window and you see this, you know, hip swinging disciple of Satan coming up to your bakery door. And, you know, before you get all ready for, you know, throwing him out and telling him how you don't serve gay people or whatever, just let him in and hear him out. Because this is how that conversation will probably go. He's going to walk in and you're going to say, you know, how can I help you? And he's going to say something like, well, Skylar and I are finally going to get married after being together for 5 years, and we want to have a wedding cake, and you can ask him then, well, what kind of cake do you have in mind? And he's going to tell you that, well, because we've been together for 5 years, we would like to have a wedding cake that is 5 feet high, and we met on an Atlantis cruise, so we want it to be in the shape of a cruise ship. So when you hear that, you know that this, you know, person with the Prada loafers and the Louis Vuitton messenger bag is going to be prepared to pay the $5,000 or $6,000 or $7,000 that you're going to charge for this 5 foot tall cake. And what you need to know, and this is where you can do something for God and help reduce the level of sin in the world all in one fell swoop. Instead of being, you know, religiously indignant about this request coming your way, you need to understand that $5,000, if you take it, because, you know, that Prada-clad gay person is going to find somebody who's going to make that cake. And he's going to find some gay baker who's going to put this atrocity together for him. And that gay baker is going to take your $5,000, and he's going to take that same Atlantis cruise, and before you know it, he's going to be in some location having, you know, fornicating with exotic locals on your money. So you need to stop that. You need to just go ahead. You need to take that money, take it out of that gay, evil pool.
And when you say gay, what do you mean?
Well, gay is everybody. I don't like to. LGBT, ABC, XYZ, whatever. Whoever is self-identifying this week, you know, bring that money back over and use it for God, because you can get the stained glass window or buy Bibles for people who don't have them, or give it to the 700 Club, or give it to Ted Cruz. I don't know. Do whatever it is that God calls you to do with that $5,000. And then at the end of the day, what I'm looking at is that Scholar and whatever his name is, Mark Ricker Steve, they're happy. They got their cake. You got their money. Some gay baker out here is not fornicating with exotic locals. Exotic locals are not fornicating with gay American bakers. Reduce the level of sin. Create some happiness. You know, get your stained glass window. And then you can just sit back and, you know, there's no lawsuit. Nobody's going before the Supreme Court. Discrimination didn't occur. It's all good. And then I can sit back and I can say what someone in my position should say. And that is simply, let them eat cake.